Hello, greetings. This is Gilles. I wanted to come and discuss today very briefly this idea that we're traversing the fourth dimension. But before that, I'd like to ask your assistance, that we create this collective prayer to the Archangel Raphael, the Archangel of Healings. Archangels are divine beings of light. They are angels that are connected to legions of angels. So we want to call this Archangel Raphael to send some of his angels so that they can come and stand on the side of all the people that are sick in the hospitals, and also all the people that are in retirement home, or that the old people that are home alone, all the people that are sick, that are alone right now, because it could be very extremely difficult to live in solitude when you're an older person, and so that those angels can be there for them and can reveal themselves in their consciousness so that they do not feel alone. So either to bring them back to healing, to health, or assist them in their transfer in their passage into the higher light. But at least they know that they are loved and supported, and they will feel that. So I thank you very much for sending that request, that prayer, so that the angels can assist more even with all those who are suffering from loneliness or suffering from this disease. And so thank you very much. I wanted to discuss the idea that we're passing through this fourth dimension. We live in a multi-dimensional matrix, and we are multi-dimensional beings, yet we have focused the most of our energy and attention into this outer physical world, the world of senses, which we call the third dimension. And for those beings who live exclusively in the third dimension, the physical realm, the realm of senses, is the alpha and omega. It's all that is. There is nothing else. As soon as you realize that there is more to it than that, you move into the fourth dimension. And eventually we'll emerge into the light of the fifth dimension. But for now, we're traversing this polarized dimension that is the fourth dimension. And the idea is to move from a lower aspect of the dark and shadows, with a lot of darkness, and we're struggling with all the shadow aspect and fear and doubts, to a dream world, to something that's very pleasant, to upgrade to a higher aspect of the fourth dimension, to live in the dreams, to already imagine yourself living in the dream, the most ideal life. For the more you can able to focus on this, we make that choice to choose this higher reality, the easier it will be for it to come down. For all the choices humanity are making now is being recorded. For a long time, choices were like not so important, but right now they're very important because they're anchoring into the cosmic mind, and everybody will what will come as a result of this transition phase will be very individual in relationship to the choice we make. And so the high console of Arcturus was something very funny about this traversal of the fourth dimension, for they are on the much higher planes. But they see us, we're like in a waiting room, waiting to meet ourselves, to move into this freedom, to move into this joy. And so we're like standing in this waiting room, and you're like, and in this waiting room there is magazines, but they're all expired for such a long time. We have no interest in reading the magazine, and the music that is playing is really something we're tired of hearing. We don't want to hear it anymore. So it's about being patient and really tuning in and focusing on our own light, in order to elevate our thoughts, elevate our consciousness, to not necessarily to the glorious light of heaven. For most people do have very little clue of. We don't even have all that much of knowledge of what that may be, but already project ourselves in the upper plane of the fourth dimension, the upper astral plane, where what's the religious paradise, where all things are perfect. So it's about elevating our soul. There's been a message to say that that all the sorrow, the depression, the fear, the doubts of humanity have been accumulated, that's been created by every human being throughout all the ages, have accumulated as a tension within the earth that needs to be released. And the elemental kingdom and the divas will assist in releasing all that and to liberate all that, for we all have participated in this creation of depression, of suffering, of all those lower feelings. So yet we also had moments of bliss, moments of freedom, and this is really what we need to concentrate on. And to know this will be released, it will not last. That all suffering is temporary. Very important to realize that, and to forgive and to forget those who have hurted us. As long as we cannot forgive them or forget them, they will be plaguing us in this whole cycle. So forget them. Focus on all the, even if we do not know all the details of what is coming up, there is already aspect that we can focus on. So I wanted to talk about the galactics. Our galactic families have been waiting for thousands of years to come down. They're even more eager to come to us than we are to receive them, because they're just waiting for the green light from Creator. And at first, first we have to create this inner peace, and throughout this period, we're going to come to realize that we're wasting a lot of resources in wars that are absolute nonsense. We want to find cooperation, and we'll find better ways to resolve whatever difference we have than brutality and violence. For war is mass murder, unless you're defending yourself. Then the law of grace protects you if you aggress and you're defending yourself. But so there is a need. This transition will bring lasting peace. We have to trust that. We have to understand life doesn't have to always be gourmet food. Sometimes we have to deal with whatever's there, and so it's not always. But it will increase in frequency, and we'll be able to provide. Life will be able to provide ever increasing quality of energy and experience. For once the contact is made, the galactic will provide certain technologies, but most importantly, they will provide very valuable guidance to prepare us for the ascension. For it is all about our inner empowerment. First, we need to liberate ourselves. It is a painful process at times, but there is also joy in that. There can be joy if we tune into it. Joy and love have always been there. It's accepting to sit still, to look for the stillness. The divinity within ourselves is stillness. It is absolute stillness, and yet it is also absolute and supreme expansion. There is but what we seek is to return to the point of stillness, to quiet our mind. And the more we are quiet, the more the veils will dissolve, and spirit, guides, angels, we will be able to come. Ascended masters will be able to come close to us, for they are there. They are here for us. And so focus on joy and well-being, and also recognize your progress. Recognize that you've made progress. Once we achieve a certain level of gratitude, half of the way has been done. We're no longer in the confrontation of our past. We are in the acceptance that the past has served us to progress. Even if not all the progress have been made, there is still enough to be grateful for, and to allow ourselves to be our highest self. It's very important. For spirit is helping. We see it or we don't see it, but it's there, and there's been a lot of help from spirit. They're doing as much as they can, as much as is allowed to assist us. And so we have to use this. We have to traverse a river. So this fourth dimension is like we're creating stepping stones. We're moving from one step, and we find grounding in this step, and then we can make another step, and we find grounding, and we elevate ourselves through the whole fourth dimension that will lead us to the opening in the fifth dimension, the great expanse of heaven. Eventually, this is our goal. Not just the fifth dimension, but all the upper dimensions. For once it will all come into play, but for now we have to take one moment at a time, as much as possible. And Spirit's announcing me some great celebration, so I'm very happy about that. I'm trying not to allow myself to be distracted by my own doubts. For 18 months, I've been going through a very, very difficult process. Got nothing to do with what is going on now. But there is a liberation that is there. So I'm really in the gratitude state for all that is coming. Here it's the portrait of the great Mother, Sophia. For Colin the mother is the feminine, the divine feminine. Whether we're man or woman, we have to connect to this divine feminine, the receptive, the nurturing. We can connect through to the divine mother and our angels and archangels. This great spirit, the Mother Earth as well. It is we connect through the mother through the pink light, and invoke this pink light within your heart. You can send this pink light in the heart of others. It is a very, very powerful light. It's one of the three essential light, the blue flame of power, which is the light of the masculine divine, the pink flame of love, that is the feminine, divine feminine light, and then the yellow flame of wisdom, that is the combination, the combination of the divine masculine and divine feminine, which is sonship with God. And so we want to cultivate and bring balance to those three flames, those three powers. Here I have two of those paintings. I don't show the other ones because it is stored, but it's a map of all the stars that are visible in the sky. This is the northern hemisphere with Polaris, the central star. It's where I come from, with the Small Dipper, and to find the North Stars, there is the Big Dipper, which looks like a pen, and on the top of the pen, if you draw a line, you always find the North Star, and then on the tail, you always find Arcturus. For those are people used to, when they navigated in the past, they usually they could always find the North through that knowledge. I'm going to sing a song, and I'm going to pull 4 cards. It's a song that went through my mind. It's an old song. It's called Redemption Song. Old pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships, minutes before they took I from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I've ever have, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I've ever have, redemption songs, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I've ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs, redemption songs. These songs of freedom. Great songs from Bob Marley. We got to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. It's like wisdom has always been available. A lot of those music from the 70s were like very. There's a lot of philosophy in the rock and roll music of the 70s. The highest wisdom for us today is the vessels, is the freedom to traverse the great ocean, to go into adventure, to trust the current, and to go into the sea, to return to the source, but also there'll be great adventure. So it's like focusing on the adventures that we are seeking to experience. What we need to understand is the high priest or priestess. It's about gathering our power, receiving the power, retrieving those memories, being in a receptive mode so that our spirit and our soul can give us this power. Before we are getting new powers, but there is all kinds of old powers that we're retrieving from past lives. What we need to do is free ourselves from persecution and inquisition. So it's about finding this freedom from this, from all those persecution. For the society is being shaken up. We're going to have to rethink everything, rethink finance, rethink resources, rethink everything. All the models of our society will have to be readjusted, and so we want to free ourselves, and first we free ourselves, and then we'll be able to assist the world in finding this freedom. And the outcome is the healer. The healer. It is about finding, being able to heal the world by showing the divinity. For even those people that are not allowed to see their divinity, or even the atheists, they all have this this divinity within themselves, and they're just not allowed. God does not allow them to see it because they haven't made all they haven't followed the way. So let us send those angels of healing in the side of all those who believe and those who do not believe. It doesn't matter. The angels, we want the angels to be there for them and to reveal themselves to their consciousness, so that they can feel supported, assisted, and they find some comfort in this difficult time. And even those who are not necessarily sick can still need the assistance of angels. So we wish that for them. I thank you very much. Namaste, 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 Adonai. I'm looking forward to what is to come, and we're gonna be able to move into this new cycles, for really something that will be far greater than anything we have been through. So thank you very much. Namaste, 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 Adonai.